Hey everybody, it is Sealed Nectar time. The nectar, it's not sealed anymore. Okay, we're on page 477, the little pocket version, and what the title is The Most Awkward Hour in the Messenger's Life. After the fall of Ibn Sakan, Allah's messenger, peace be with him, remained alone with only those two Qurayshites, according to al-Bukhari and Muslim. Abu Uthman said, at that time, there were none with the Prophet, peace be upon him, except Talha bin Ubaidullah and Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas. That was the most awkward and dangerous hour for the Prophet, peace be upon him, and a golden opportunity for the idolaters, who promptly took advantage of it. They concentrated their attack on the Prophet, peace be upon him, and looked forward to killing him. Utbah bin Abi Waqqas pelted him with stones. One of the stones struck his face. His lower right incisor tooth was injured. His lower lip was wounded. He was also attacked by Abdullah bin Shihab az-Zuhri, who injured his forehead. Abdullah bin Kamiyah. Kamiyah means a humiliated woman. Who was an obstinate, strong horseman, struck him violently on his shoulder with his sword. That blow hurt Allah's messenger, peace be upon him, for over a month, though it was not strong enough to break his 2 pieces of armor. He dealt a heavy blow on his cheek. It was so strong that 2 rings of his iron ring helmet penetrated into his cheek. Take his stroke from me. I am Ibn Kamiyah, he said, while striking the messenger, peace be upon him, with his sword. Allah's messenger, peace be with him, replied, while he was wiping the blood flowing from his face, I beg Allah to humiliate you. In the narration of al-Bukhari and Muslim, it is stated that when his incisor broke and his head was injured, he started wiping the blood off of it and saying, how can a people who cut the face of their prophet and broke his teeth, he who calls them to worship Allah, how can such a people thrive or be successful? About that incident, Allah, glorious to him, sent down a Quranic verse saying, not for you, O Muhammad, but for Allah is the decision, whether he turns in mercy to pardon them or punishes them. Verily they are zalimun, the disobedient, polytheists, and wrongdoers. 3:128. At-Tabarani states that the Prophet, peace be with him, said, Allah's wrath is great on those who wounded the face of his messenger. He observed silence for a short while and then resumed, saying, O Allah, forgive my people, for they do not know. Hey, that's so similar to what people say that Jesus said on the cross. Whoa, that's pretty cool. In Sahih Muslim, it is stated that Allah's messenger, peace be with him, said, my Lord, forgive my people, for they have no knowledge. In Ash-Shifa, a book by Al-Qadi Al-Iyad, it is related that the Prophet said, O Allah, guide my people, for they have no knowledge. It is quite certain that killing the Prophet, peace be with him, was their primary aim. But 2 Qurayshites, Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas and Talha bin Ubaidullah, who showed great bravery and rare courage and fought so fiercely and boldly that, though they were only 2, were able to stop the idolaters short of realizing their aim. They were of the best archers and kept on fighting in defense of Allah's messenger until the whole squad of idolaters was driven off him. Allah's messenger, peace be with him, emptied his quiver of arrows and said to Sa'ad bin, so he did archery too? Wow, and said to Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas, shoot an arrow, Sa'ad. May my father and mother be ransom for you. The Prophet, peace be upon him, had never said such a thing about his parents except in the case of Sa'ad, a privilege granted to him for his efficiency. In a version by Jabir, authorized by An-Nasai concerning the attitude of Talha bin Ubaidullah toward the idolaters gathering around Allah's Messenger, peace be with him. When there were only some helpers with him, Jabir said, when the idolaters reached him, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, who will suffice us their evils? Fight them back. Talha said, I will. Then Jabir mentioned the advance of the helpers to fight and how they were killed, one after the other in a similar way to the Muslims' narration. When all the helpers were killed, Talha proceeded to fight as much as the other 11 ones did till his hand was hurt and his fingers were cut off. Oh. So he said, be they cut off. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if you had said, in the name of Allah, the angels have raised you up before the people's very eyes. Then he said, Allah drove the idolaters off them. In Al-Iqlil, a book by Hakim, it is stated that Talha had sustained 39 or 35 wounds, and his fingers, i.e. the forefinger and the next one, were paralyzed. Wow. Dang, man. It really just shows you how strong people were back then. Al-Bukhari reported that Qais bin Abi Hazim said, I saw the hand of Talha paralyzed. That was because he protected the Prophet, peace be upon him, with it during the battle of Uhud. So Talha protected. Wow. At Tirmidhi and Ibn Maha reported that the Prophet, peace be upon him, then said about Talha, he who desires to see a martyr walking on the ground, let him look at Talha bin Ubaidullah. That's a big compliment right there. Abu Dawood at-Tayalisi reported that Aisha said, whenever Uhud day, i.e. battle, was mentioned, Abu Bakr used to say, that was Talha's day, i.e. battle. Abu Bakr recited a verse of poetry about him. O Talha bin Ubaidullah, praise is for you, as water springs are due for deer to drink from. Dang. These people honored him with poetry. The awkward and most delicate circumstances. Allah, glorious to him, sent down his invisible help. In Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim, it is reported that Sa'ad said, I saw Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, on Uhud day with 2 men, dressed in white, defending him fiercely. I've never seen a similar to them, neither before Uhud nor after it. So that would mean, like, they're just letting you know right there that, like, this was like a crazy battle. In another version, he means to say that they were Jibril and Michael. Whoa. Now this paragraph is titled, The Companions Surround the Messenger. All those events happened in no time. If the Prophet's elite companions had realized the grave situation immediately, they would have rushed to the spot and would not have let him sustain these wounds. Unfortunately, they got there after Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, had wounded and 6 of the helpers killed. The 7th was severely wounded and desperately fighting in defense of the Prophet. However, as soon as they arrived, they encircled the messenger with their bodies and weapons and were alert enough to prevent the enemies from reaching him. You know, I bet you they had such camaraderie after that. That's like an amazing thing if you think about that kind of bond you'd feel. Like, wow, so few of us will ever experience that kind of loyalty and friendship, to the point where you're side by side with your friends. I mean, I fought in a couple times with my friends by me, but that's way different. This is like a holy battle. This was like someone's picking on my friend. We're gonna fight, and it's like groups versus groups, and it's just crazy, right? That's a little different. But the adrenaline you get, it's like a fraction compared to this. But imagine you're in a battle, and you're looking over at someone, and you know, like, you're down for me, and I'm down for you. Let's do this. What an amazing thing. And then if you look at how today, some people, they won't even compliment their friends, or they turn on them like that. Very fickle. It's very admirable how these people, with him, They have this bond. That's like a true fraternity, a true brotherhood, like a true bond. Wow. The first one who returned to give help was his companion of the cave, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. In a version by Aisha, recorded in Ibn Hibban's Sahih, she narrated that Abu Bakr said, "On the day of Uhud, when all the people had left the Prophet, I was the first to go back and see him. Before him I saw a man fighting to shield him from the enemies. I said to myself, I wish he were Talha." So that shows you, like, this fighter is just amazing. Talha. Wow. When somebody's wishing for you, like when a wife is wishing for a fighter to protect her man, you know that that fighter must be the elite. Someone's recommending you, wanting you by name. That's very cool, man.